Meg, when you go out there and train today, how do you make sure that the focus is on what's on the ground and not what's up in the sky? Because that's certainly all the talk at the moment.
Yeah, there's no doubt been a lot of talk about that, but that's not within our control, and we need to focus on what we're doing and prepare to play a full game. We've prepared to play a shorter game as well, so we're just going to be ready for whatever's thrown at us. So we're not putting a hell of a lot of thought into it because we actually can't have any control over it. So we're just worrying about what we can do to prepare.
How much of a squad do you have to pick from? Obviously, Elise gone. Is Sophie fit? Is she still waiting to see today? And if she was fit, is there a possibility that perhaps she could be part of the answer to, I guess, solving the issue from the other day?
Yeah, Sophie will train today, and hopefully, if she gets through that, she'll be available for selection. So, yeah, hopefully we have 14 players to pick from, and Sophie could definitely come in and play a role for us. It's, we've got a few options that we're looking at to replace Elise. Obviously, we can't, truly replace her, but we feel like we've got a number of different options to go with, depending on what the conditions throw at us, the length of game, things like that.
Obviously, Sophie hasn't played the whole tournament. If you were to make more than one change, that would require bringing someone in who hasn't played this whole tournament. Are you confident to do that in a semi-final situation, or does that make things a bit tricky?
No, we're confident to bring in any player within the squad. We've been training a lot, and there's been a lot of cricket before this as well. So everyone's prepared and ready to go. So it's literally just going to come down to the match situation, matchups and things like that. So I'm very confident that anyone who comes in can do a role.
There's obviously been so much talk about Elise's injury, but how much do you think the performances across the tournament to date have shown that you've got match winners throughout the whole squad?
Yeah, I think we've shown that we don't rely on one or two players, and I think that's really important, especially in the T20 format, that you've got a number of different people who can contribute in under different circumstances, and we've shown that throughout. And again, heading into this semi-final, I'm extremely confident that we've got the firepower to deliver and get the win. It's going to be an extremely good challenge against South Africa. They're a really good team, and we're going to have to play extremely well. But anyone who comes into the team and gets that chance, I'm definitely confident that they'll perform well.
I think you've only played 4 T20s against South Africa ever, but they play it so well through the WBBL. How much is that going to help both sides?
Yeah, I'm not sure who it advantages really. Both teams know each other extremely well. We played each other in a practice match, so there's nowhere to hide. It's literally just about who performs best on the day and who's able to calm the nerves, I guess, early on, which is really important just to settle into the game and really put your best performance out there. So, yeah, we feel confident that we've still got some improvement to do, and we've got our best game yet to play, and we're going to have to make sure we do play our best game to get the victory.
Going back to Sophie Molyneux, how difficult has it been for her to overcome this corked thigh? It sounds like a simple kind of injury to overcome, but it's gone on for a while. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, it's certainly been very frustrating for her and for us to not have her available for the group stages. We thought each game that she'd be able to train and then perhaps be available, and it just hasn't panned out that way, unfortunately. But she's dealt with it as well as she could. She's always been in a positive mindset, and we always felt that even if she didn't play in the group stages, that if she was required to play in the semi-finals, that she'd be able to come in and play a role for us. So, we'll just have to look at what that means. But if she was to get the chance, I've got no worries at all that she can perform. She's played a lot of cricket.
Meg, you guys have such a great record against South Africa. How much confidence do you take from that heading into this sudden death game?
It's hard to get a read on really, because semi-finals are really crunch games, and really what's happened in the past doesn't matter too much, and we know we have to go out there and play extremely well and start off really well. That's important. So they've got match winners all through their lineup. They're an extremely dangerous team and they're in good form. So I'm not sure anything that's happened in the past counts too much. We're going to have to play well tomorrow.
Just a little bit on Georgia Wareham's development and how important you think leg spin is, with England having Sarah Glenn and India having Poonam Yadav. How much have you seen Georgia blossom in the last few months?
Yeah, she bowled extremely well last game. Obviously missed out on selection in the first few games, but to come in and sort of get 3 really big wickets for us in a massive game is testament to her character and how calm she is under pressure. And leg spin, I think, plays a really big role in T20 cricket, especially with so many right-handers. The ball sort of spinning away from the bat makes a really big difference, and we saw that the other day with 2 stumpings, being able to be the outside edge.
Did you have to tell her anything specific after those 2 games, and what went into those decisions to leave Georgia out?
No, we're really honest with our communication to players around selection and things like that, and it just purely came down to a bit of matchups and conditions. So it wasn't that she was bowling badly or anything like that. It's just we went with a slightly different team, and we've said throughout the whole tournament that we'll decide our final level on who we're playing and the conditions and things like that, and tomorrow will be no different. But I thought Georgia held herself extremely well through those first 2 games where she didn't get the chance, and yeah, to come out on a big stage like that the other day and play well, certainly very happy for her.
Just quickly back to the weather. There's a reserve day, I think, for the final, but obviously not for the semis. You can't have one for every match, but in a knockout match like this, would you like to see in the future a reserve day for weather?
Well, look, at this tournament, that's not going to happen. Obviously, we can't control that. We knew coming in that there was no reserve day, so there's nothing we can do about that. Perhaps it's something we can look at future tournaments if that needs to happen. But yeah, we're just worrying about what we can control, and hopefully the weather stays away and there's 2 really good semis tomorrow.
Knowing what could be coming on Sunday, as an Australian player and obviously the captain and for your team as well, how big is tomorrow for you?
Oh, it's massive. And we haven't looked any further ahead than tomorrow, because semi-finals are extremely hard to win at World Cups, and it's the 4 best teams in the competition. There's no inch given from any team, and we're extremely excited about that opportunity to come up against South Africa, who, as I said, have played extremely well throughout the tournament. So we haven't thought any further ahead. I think it's really important you stay in the moment and really just focus on what you can control, and that's certainly what we're doing.
Have you found that easier said than done to stick to the moment?
Well, there's a lot of chatter about it from the outside, I guess, and it's going to be a great event on Sunday, no matter who's playing. But no doubt we want to be a part of that, but so do the other 3 teams. So we need to make sure that we're focusing on tomorrow only, and then move from there.
You've kept Elise with the squad. How will you use her over the next 24 hours? What role do you see her playing around this game?
She's a very experienced player and a really big game player as well. So she knows what it takes to perform under pressure, and I think that's going to be really handy for us heading into tomorrow. We've already had our meetings and things like that, and she's been a really good contributor, as she always is. So she's kept a really brave face on for the team, and is contributing in a different way to what she would have liked. But yeah, she's dealing with it as well as she could have, and it's nice to still have her around. She's going to have a big impact.
Meg, I know you say that rules are rules and there's no backup day, but if you look at the men's 50 over World Cup last year, New Zealand got through to a final based on, it was essentially a 2-day game. Do you find it confusing that tournament had backup games, but this one doesn't, and you won't be afforded the same opportunity?
Not really. I hadn't given that much thought. I guess it's just a different format. T20, it's pretty short and sharp, and that's just what the regulations are. So it's not really worth worrying about at the minute. Hopefully we get 2 games in tomorrow, but there's nothing we can do about it.
Would it be sad? Is that working? Would it be sad though for you guys to go out in a washout?
Oh, I guess it would be. Yeah, it's not the way you want to finish a tournament if that was the way it was to go. But they said it was going to rain all day today, and it's sunny out there. I think it was last time I checked. So forecasts change all the time, and the fact they got a big best game on here a couple of weeks ago when it was supposed to rain, for the whole day, that gives us a lot of confidence. So yeah, hopefully we don't get to that point.
Just on you personally, how have you been feeling about your own performances with the bat throughout this tournament?
Yeah, I feel like I've been hitting the ball reasonably well. I was quite frustrated with myself last game when I got out, probably a poor shot selection, and sort of felt like I threw away a chance to really have a big impact on the game, and that's what I want to do. And I came in at number 3 last game, which was a nice chance for me to spend a bit of time in the middle. So we'll see how it pans out in the next game coming up. But I want to have an impact on the game with the bat, and I feel like I'm hitting the ball well, so it's just about putting the performance out there. Thank you.